Hey, yo, what's up? It's me again, and I'm here with my elf mug and my chamomile tea because I want to talk to you guys about a movie that is super fucking weird. The weirdest movie I've ever seen. I've seen a lot of weird movies. I figured out what genre of movie I love the most, and it's quirky, weird films. I just do. Wes Anderson, anything with Audrey Plaza in it, Opal. I like weird, quirky, funny films. Just my thing. I just love weird, quirky movies. Anyways, moving along. I just really wanted to talk about this one specific movie that was recommended to me by a coworker. I need someone to talk about this too. The craziest fucking movie ever. And I finally actually stumbled upon one of the main actors, Matthew McConaughey, talking about this movie in a podcast. And he never saw the trailer for it until that podcast. And I just think about this. I'm like, this is the most insane trailer of all, okay, let's roll the tape. Let's just roll the tape and then we'll talk about it. The movie's called Tiptoes. Here's the trailer. Can we even show the trailer? Never mind. Go watch the trailer on your own, right? Like, I don't think I can show this trailer. If I can, it'll be played here. Anyways, the movie is called Tiptoes. It stars Matthew McConaughey, Gary Oldman. What's the guy from? Oh, damn. What's the guy from? What's the? Oh, damn it.
A motherfucking damn ham a fucking sandwich.
Peter Dinklage. It stars Matthew McConaughey, Peter Dinklage, Gary Oldman, and a bunch of other people. They don't really matter, honestly. I don't know who else on there I really care about that much. So if you haven't seen the movie, I'm gonna drop spoilers. You should go see that movie and then come back after you've seen that movie because it is insane. You're gonna be like, oh my god, what the hell did you make me watch? And I tell you, it's something. So the premise of the movie, in case you want to know, Matthew McConaughey is dating a girl. This girl gets pregnant. Matthew McConaughey doesn't tell girl that he comes from a family that a majority of people in the family are little people. They're have dwarfism. He's the only normal size person in the whole family. So not bad of a premise. If the more you think about it, the more it's like, okay, I can see it. Here's where it goes incredibly wrong. His brother Gary Oldman is not Gary Oldman isn't a small person. He's not a little person. He is not. So what they do instead is they make him go on his knees and they put a fake butt on him that's on his back to make it look like he's a small person when he's not. What the fuck? It's insane because he's basically on his, and he looks like he's on it. It's not like this is great. It's not like it's good, right? Like it looks bad. He's on his like knees walking around doing his little performance, and it's insane. It's so weird. So as the movie, let's just talk about the movie. Let's just break it down, right? So I wish I should be like talking about it as it goes on. Like I wish we could, maybe I'll start like a Twitch channel where we can like watch said movies and then I'll pause and play and talk about it throughout the movie. But for right now, I'm just gotta say, just whatever I remember. I haven't seen this movie. I've seen this movie twice. It's the hardest watch the second time. When you watch it the first time, it's a lot easier because you're like, oh, I don't know what's happening. I don't know how long the movie is. I don't know what's going on. Right? Easiest first watch. Second watch is so hard. Cause you know what's coming and you know how long it is and you know like how the movie is gonna, you're like, none of the twists are twists anymore, and the movie is just fucking dreadful. It's so tiring. I never hated Matthew McConaughey so much as I did in this movie, and it sucks because he's a great actor. He's a amazing person. I actually really do want to read his book. I think his book is very intriguing. This movie makes you fucking hate Matthew McConaughey. He is the biggest asshole, the biggest boyfriend, the biggest husband, the worst. I'm sorry. I don't know what the fuck I was saying. He's the worst. He is the worst in everything. He's a terrible boyfriend. He's a terrible husband. He is a terrible father. He is terrible at everything he does. It's crazy how he's like a fucking firefighter in this movie, and that's the only thing he's good at. The rest of the stuff he's just a terrible person, and it's insane. I gotta calm down. I gotta drink some of this chamomile tea right now. I need to calm down because it is actually insane. It's like I need to calm myself so I can speak clearly and form these thoughts. I haven't thought about this movie in a long time, and I need to forget it. So give me a sec. Oh, nice. Okay, I'm calm. Let's continue about the movie. So yeah, so the movie starts off. It's Matthew McConaughey. He's doing his thing. He's in love. He's in the city. Him and his artist girl. His girlfriend's an artist too. She's like a painter, and they're very sexually active. The tension is high. The sexual tension in this room is crazy. And then as it goes on, you then realize he has never introduced his family or has gotten really like, said anything about his family to his girlfriend that he's been dating for a long time. I think they've been together for like years. It could be 7 years, could be a little less than that. They were together for a long time basically, and he hasn't said a thing or shown his family. So his brother, I wonder if his brother is the one who shows up first. I'm pretty sure that like she ends up being pregnant and she doesn't really tell him at first, but she's like, I really want to meet your family, because he ends up going to like a family, like, not, I don't know, it's like a gathering, but it seems like it's like not only is it family, it's also like friends of family and like people that they know, or like people part of like the group they're in, because it's like a little person convention. And he like goes, and his brother shows up with Peter Dinklage on fucking motorcycles, and Peter Dinklage is like, for some reason his girlfriend's a hooker that they picked up on the way there, and they're in love. He has an accent too. He has a really shitty accent. Peter Dinklage is doing the worst fucking accent ever in this movie, and it's hilarious. It's so funny whenever he's on, because he's just an angry small person and the whole time. It's funny.
I can't believe I didn't see it.
What?
What a treasure you are.
So weird. It's so weird. And then I think in the trailer they're like, Gary Oldman, this is the role of a lifetime, and it's like, no, the fuck it's not. This is the worst role he could have gotten that he accepted. The company that came out with this movie tried to bury this fucking movie. The studio tried to bury this movie so hard, and it's on Prime. Go watch it. Like, it's so funny. Anyway, so yeah, Matthew McConaughey is in this convention center, I think, this gathering, this hotel, and they're dancing, they're having a good time. He's like really nice to his friends, his family, all that good stuff. His girlfriend's not there. His girlfriend, he doesn't take her there because he's obviously like embarrassed. He has like, not embarrassed, I guess he's like ashamed of his family. And so being the only tall person, like, he kind of has the right to, not the right, but like he has the ability to like kind of just go and act like it doesn't exist after this. Like, he can just be like, oh, I'm not small, I'm not a little person, I'm normal, I can live this normal lie of a life. And he does, and that's what he does. And he goes back, and then his girlfriend tells him she's pregnant and she wants to meet his family, and then that her family, need to meet his family too.
What?
And then his brother, actually, he's away. He goes
Bro,
to
what are
like
you
go
talking
train
about, man?
firefighters. So he ends up like leaving for like I think he's gone like a week or so. That's when his brother shows up, and his brother, being Gary Oldman, the small person, the little person. I don't know what's I don't want to call them dwarfs, because it feels weird. But I guess, do you have dwarfism? Is that the right term? Anyways, I'm trying to be as politically correct as I possibly can. So I do apologize if I do offend any little people. I really don't mean it. I'm just trying to be respectful. But yeah, so his brother shows up, and then she meets him, and then she's like, oh, kind of like, oh, hey, yeah, he's not here. Do you need something? And then that's when she tells him like, oh yeah, I'm pregnant, and then I want to see the family. And he takes her to see the family, right? Like, he takes her to see the family, and then he like gives, and then she has like these questions like, is the baby gonna be a little person? And then Matthew McConaughey has to be like, yeah, there's a big possibility that the baby's gonna have, this condition. And and like his family, Matthew McConaughey's family, is like really reassuring her, telling her all these things, like telling her the support system, like giving her showing her like a little person doctor, that she can go to, and she has any questions and all that stuff. And they're being so nice. Like, his family is actually really nice, and the whole time, like, Matthew McConaughey is just like pissed. Like, he's so mad that he's like, not the whole time, he's like mad that his brother like showed them the family, and then his brother was like, she wanted to meet him. What do you want me to do here? And yeah, it's a very interesting like dynamic between the three, right? So anyways, movie goes on. Her family and Matthew McConaughey's family, they meet each other, and there's this really awkward part where the dad is like, no, we have something we need to say. We have something we need to tell him right now. It's like something stupid, like, you have to marry, I think it was like Jewish or something, like, you have to, like, I don't know if they're actually Jewish. It's like some stupid, like, oh, you have to break the bottle, you have to break the glass and marry her in the Jewish church or something. And like, everyone else was like freaked out because he was gonna be like, you can't marry her because your family's little. And it was just like, yeah, it was some stupid shit like, hey, you gotta be Jewish. And he was like, okay, I don't give a fuck, yeah, let's do it, I don't care. And they get married, and then he does the good old traditional break the glass with your foot thing. I don't know. I'm not Jewish, as you can see. I don't know what the fuck that thing is for. I guess it's like jumping a broom. I know what jumping a broom is. I'm aware of that. I guess it's like that. It's just like a family thing. Like a culture thing. Anyways, so they get married, and she's more and more pregnant, and you go to like family like parties and friend parties, and then Gary Oldman's like ex-girlfriend is there. Him and his ex-girlfriend start like flirting, and then for some reason in the party, at the fucking party, his ex-girlfriend and like a room. Okay, the fucking house is made out of glass. Like, there's no way you cannot see what the fuck they're doing. Everyone is just like watching this celebrity and a bunch of these little people. Anyways, this celebrity, I forget who it is. He's played by some black actor. He looks familiar, actually. He does look familiar. Put his name on screen because I don't remember his name. So this guy is like fucking his ex-girlfriend, while him and his ex-girlfriend were like kind of like having like a little fling. Like, they were talking, they were like macking each other, and like, things was going on. There was some connection in there, and then he's just like fucking this girl in front of like everyone at the party. And of course they find out, and the girl's like, oh, I didn't want you to see that. Oh no, I didn't expect you. Like, there's no blinds here. There's no walls. It's just straight glass. Like, we can see what you're doing. It's a crazy scene. There's also another scene with that girlfriend too, with the ex-girlfriend to Gary Oldman, where there's like a guy who doesn't have a job or some weird shit. He keeps getting like laid off from jobs. It's like a person that she's just fucking. They come home and they catch Gary Oldman there, and then they're like, what are you doing with this other man? And then they start like fucking fighting and all kinds of shit. It's such a weird fucking scene. It's so weird. And also kind of domestic violence isn't funny, but I don't know. I think when there's like a weird guy with a weird accent like yelling at this little person for having another little person who's just the opposite sex there, and then he's like, you're fucking cheating on me. You're not so, my women from my culture don't have men over and all this other stuff. What are you wearing, you whore? It's crazy. And he's also, it came in like asking for sex, which is also insane. It's such an insane fucking movie. They were like, oh yeah, this is like a big movie for little people, and I'm like, this is a terrible movie for little people. Like, this is not something they should put out, and he fucking did. I don't know how it passed any of the checks, like, it should have, when he did the first viewing to show people the movie, it should have failed. It just should have been like, this is a terrible movie, and it didn't. It went through. Matthew McConaughey read the fucking script, signed up for it. Gary Oldman read the script, signed up for it. Insane. Let's see what else happens. Let's just fast forward to when she has the baby, right? After all this like family, not even family drama, just like this drama between like Gary Oldman and his ex-girlfriend, and their drama, of course, like Matthew McConaughey is a terrible boyfriend. He's just fucking, he has like these moments where he's really good and really nice, and then they just fucking are arguing like hard. And the baby is born. Baby has dwarfism. Baby is crying all the time because his bones fucking hurt, because his bones aren't morphing and all other kinds of stuff that happens when you have this condition. So the baby is constantly crying, and it's a hard baby to care for. They can't sleep, and then instead of being a nice fucking husband and father and taking care of the baby, Matthew McConaughey gets fucking pissed, throws a fit, and then leaves like a fucking weirdo. If you cared about this, like, he obviously has a problem with like dwarfism, right? Like, he obviously has a problem with like all these things, and instead of like fixing it or anything like that, or like he needed to go to therapy. He definitely, before he had the baby, he should have went to fucking therapy for the 9 months and got that all worked out, because he definitely has issues with it. And instead of like talking about it or even like going through the proper channel, he's just like fucking taking it out on his poor wife, who's being so understanding and so caring to him and the baby. And like, they have to give the baby fucking medicine to stop crying because the baby's bones hurt all the time. I don't know. There's a lot going on. So yeah, he leaves, and then like, I don't know. I'm not rewatching this fucking movie to give you guys an accurate timeline, because I would much rather you guys go there so you guys can like see me piece it together and also see the things I missed out, because I can't ruin everything for you. You have to see this fucking movie. Towards the end of the movie, where Matthew McConaughey just fucking leaves, they break up. Gary Oldman comes in out of nowhere, swoops in, starts helping her with the baby, lets her fuck. He's a writer too. He's a fucking writer, and he's like writing this book or something, and he does well enough to where he can buy this like cabin in the country. He's like, why don't you come out to my cabin? Peter Dinklage is also at this fucking cabin too, with his like prostitute girlfriend, all lovey-dovey. Then they fucking hate each other and they keep screaming at each other, and they're so abusive. It's also weird. But yeah, they go to this cabin. He starts like taking care and like letting her live there for free, and like it's a nice thing to do, but it's also it's kind of weird. Not like it's like a weird, and like what happens, like they get close, obviously. She's like wearing like this like fucking nightgowns that are see-through. what? Like, it's like she's like wearing these like see-through nightgowns around Gary Oldman, and then of course, come on now, that's a baddie right there. That's a milf. You're not gonna say no to that. And they get together. They get together. I'm pretty sure they like fuck at one point in the movie, and then at the end Matthew McConaughey comes to the cabin and he's like, let me see my child, let me see my son. And he goes and he sees his kid and he's just like, okay, you take care of him. You know, like to Gary, I'm like, you take care of her, you take care of my son, make sure you grow up, you know, big and strong or whatever the fuck. And then like he just also just fucking leaves after that. And then Gary Oldman and Matthew McConaughey's ex-wife just kiss. And that's it. The movie's fucking done. The movie is over. It ends so abruptly. The ending doesn't make fucking sense. The way I said it made more sense than how it actually ended. It ended so dumb and so abruptly. It makes no sense. Like, I need people to see this movie to be like, why did it end there? I showed 2 of my friends this movie and they were both like, it just ends there? Where's the finish? Like, there's no finish. And it's such a weird movie. And it's so funny. I think you guys will have a great time watching it. So hard to watch the second time. I do not recommend watching this multiple times. This is a one and done. Tell your friends about it. They watch it. You guys are like, oh, that's so fucking weird, and that's it. But yeah, like that's my commentary and my thoughts on this movie, Tiptoes. First of all, crazy title for a movie about little people. Crazy title. I would say Matthew McConaughey is a terrible person in this. So if you want to see him be a terrible person, this is a great movie for that. Usually he's not. Usually he's just like, the worst he can be is like a womanizer, but like at max this was like Matthew McConaughey absolutely playing an asshole, like playing the worst person ever. And yeah, that's my thoughts on Tiptoes, the featured film with Gary Oldman in the role of a lifetime. Yeah, goodbye. I'm gonna just end abruptly like the movie. Bye.